All right, so the question came up. The question came up in help session today, how to do this problem. M minus 27 equals -7. And I said, oh, you got to wait till tomorrow, but I couldn't help myself. And I'm kind of glad I couldn't, even though I made a mistake in front of everybody, embarrassed myself, embarrassed, I learned something, so I'm okay with that. I think I learned how to make a model with this kind of idea to solve this kind of problem. Otherwise, I was going to tell you follow the steps. So we can do both or either one, I guess, whichever suits your fancy. I mean, following the steps is going to be kind of more necessary when you get into bigger numbers like 27 and stuff, and especially when you start using negatives, it's going to be a little bit easier to manage. However, let's take a simpler case. What if we just said m minus 5 equals -2, which is very similar. Instead of 27, I'm using 5, which, 27 is more than -7, and well, we're subtracting. So, at any rate, we're keeping proportional, so to speak, not exactly proportional, but as far as which one's greater and less than, 27 is a bigger number than 7, 5 is a bigger number than 2. So anyway, the point is, this is a simpler case. I want to show you how we can do this with a hanger model. So m minus 5 equals -2 would look like this. M is here, and that's what we're trying to isolate, get it by itself. And then, so we're using negatives, -1, -2, -3, and so on, rather than positives that we've been used to using, right? So at any rate, then we have a -2 on this side, so we draw two boxes, each with a negative inside of it to total -2. So how do we do this? Well, we need to get the m by itself. Well, here, we need to get rid of all of these little boxes. How do we get rid of just one of these boxes? Well, it's a -1. We want it to be 0. How do you go from -1 to 0? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's -1. How do you get to 0? How do you get to this place right here? You have to walk in this direction. So you're moving in the positive direction, you're going to add 1. So -1 and you add 1 equals 0. Right? It's almost like, 1 minus 1 is 0, same kind of thing, because you can reverse this, 1 minus 1. But anyway, you're going to subtract 1. Wait, you're going to add 1. There we go. How do you get rid of this? How do you make this equal 0? You add 1 to this side. But you know what? If we just think of it this way, instead of making it 0, what if we just said, hey, if I take one of these -1s away from this side, I can take one of these -1s away from this side, like that, right? So let's do that. I'm going to try that, and that'll keep it balanced. If I take a -1 from here, I can take a -1 from here, and it's balanced, all right? This should be balanced. Of course, this would have to be connected, so I'm just going to connect it right there. This would have to be connected. So that works too, so far. But we still ended up with, now we end up with, wait, couldn't I do that again? I could do that one more time. I could take away this -1 from this side, then I could take away a -1 from this side. By the way, when you take away a negative, you're really adding 1. Just saying. It'll make more sense later. So take away from this side. Oh, wow, check this out. Take away from this side. Okay, reconnect everything. Oh, this is fun. So now we have m minus 3 equals, well, there's nothing over here, right? It'd be basically, how do you represent nothing in math? 0. Nothing hanging there. But we need to get m by itself. Now we can add 1. If we add 1 to this side over here, that cancels this out to be 0. So if we add 1 to this side, then we have to add 1 to this side. Oh, might as well keep in line with the boxes, right? Let's put a box around it. Put a green box so you know that that's something I added. It wasn't originally there. Add 1 to this side. It's +1. Boom. Oh, we have to do it again here. Add another one. Just like DJ Khaled, or Khalid. I'm not even sure how to say his name. I better figure that out. He won't be happy with me if he ever finds out I'm not saying his name right. Okay, cross that one off. So we're almost got m by itself. These are gone. Oh, one more thing. Add another one and another one. So these cancel out. What? If you add 1 to this side, you got to add 1 to this side. Boom. Now we have our answer. See, all of this is gone. We could just say, you know what? You cancel it all out. You're not there anymore. Just get out of here, will you? You bother me, okay? All right. So m equals 3. How about that? And we can check that. We can plug it in right up here. Can we put a 3 here? And let's try that. So instead of m, let's just erase. Keep it simple, right? Put a 3 there. Is 3 minus 5 equal -2? You could come back over our number line over here, and we can check that out this way if you want. And we can go start off with 3, which I don't even have on here. So I'm going to need to add some numbers to this. So we'll slide it over, make some room. Erase our arrows. Ooh, I just erased the whole thing. That's okay. We'll just go kind of pretend like that's a really nice smooth line. Yep, use your imagination. We got to start at 3, right? Start at 3 and then subtract 5. So that means we're going to move 5 in this direction towards a negative. Subtract 1, it's minus 1. Bunny hop, minus 2. Bunny hop, minus 3. Bunny hop, minus 4. Bunny hop, minus 5. I feel like I did something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 minus 5 should be negative. Oh, it is negative 2. Right there. See, 3 minus 5 is negative 2, and that's where we landed. We landed right on negative 2, and we started on 3, and let's go orange, I guess. We subtracted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ended up with negative 2. You can also check this on your handy dandy calculator if you're not sure about the conceptually, if you're quite not getting it. Do 3 minus 5 on the calculator. Let's bring that up right here. And we'll minimize this so you can see the whole thing. Bring it in view for you. Whoops. Yeah, hang in there. It's coming. I promise. Come on. There we go. What did I say it is? 3 minus 5. So I'm going to clear this. Clear. Oh, I might have to just backspace on it. There we go. 3 minus 5 equals negative 2. There we go. Now we can feel confident that we're getting the hang of this. So how is that going to help us with the big problem though? Well, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. In essence, what we had done here was we had m, so originally was m, right? M minus 5 equals negative 2. What we did is, in actuality, is we added 5 to this side to get rid of this negative 5. We add 5. Right? And that cancels out. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So what's negative 2 plus 5? There it is, negative 2. Again, negative 2 plus 5. You can put it in the calculator if you want. You can do what we did up here. But this is kind of going the other way. Let me see. Oh, because this is giving us the answer. All right, negative 2 plus 5. So we're starting at negative 2 and we're adding 5. It's just like going the opposite direction. Add 1, add 2, add 3, add 4, add 5. You end up at 3. So the answer is going to be 3. M equals 3. So that's what this down here is going to be. Is this going to turn into a 3? Is that what we came up with last time? Did we come up with M equals 3? Because this goes away and we're left with M right here equals 3. Yep, that's what we did. M equals 3. M equals 1, 2, 3. I hope that helps. I learned something. I love it. It's a long one, but a goodie. Thanks for watching. If you watch this much, you are really into this math, and that's amazing. Let me know. Say, hey, I watched that entire 9 minutes, almost 9 minutes of your crazy video. That means I deserve something, Mr. Hoffman. I'll be like, oh yeah, you do. Thank you.